What's going on, guys? It's Joshua Marzz here at New Wave Music Studios, and today I want to talk a little bit about the first upgrades you should be thinking about making to your home studio setup. So, if you saw my second video, it was about how to kickstart building your home studio for under $2,500. If you didn't happen to see that video, you can go back to my channel and watch it on there. And in case you don't want to watch, I'm going to go very quickly through the list which I had at the end of that video, which is first and foremost, you need a laptop or a computer. We say laptop because laptops are much less expensive and are mobile. A lot easier to carry a laptop around than this big guy. Trust me. Laptop is going to run you about $1,000. After you get the laptop, the next essential is going to be the DAW. We use Logic Pro 10 over here, but there's so many different DAWs to choose from. Once you find your computer, find a DAW that works for you and your price range. It's going to range you anywhere from like free, being GarageBand, to like $500, $600, $700, being like higher ends of FL Studio and Ableton, Pro Tools, stuff like that. Logic Pro 10, $200. If you got a Mac, it's the perfect DAW to run with. So there you go, you got the laptop, you got the DAW, you need an audio interface so that you can record with a mic or any instrument. Okay, Scarlett 2i2, great. The entire Scarlett line, go ahead and check that out. Everything that you need to attach to the interface is, a mic with a XLR cable, and then you're gonna need, a shield and a stand and a pop filter, all the little extremities for a mic. Without those extremities on the mic, you're not going to get the vocal sound that you want to. You're not going to get the isolation, okay, until you build something like a booth. So we got the laptop, we got the DAW, we got the interface, we got the mic and the extremities, and we need some headphones, okay, some nice studio headphones, which are again going to run you $100, $150, depending where you're going for them and what you're looking for. And that's pretty much everything we covered in my second video. So today, what I want to talk about are what are the pieces of a studio that I would consider essential upgrades. I want to touch on the few key things that I didn't hit in that first video because they are a bit more on the expensive side and they would have taken us over the $1,700 mark that we hit. So again, my second video, how to build a studio for under $2,500 in your own home. We actually only brought it up to $1,700. So if you had $2,500 in your pocket and you only spent $1,700, you would have $800 left to play with. And that doesn't mean go out and blow it all, but there are some key things that you could add to your studio with that $800 and even just an extra $500 to $1,000 more so than that, okay? The first big thing are studio monitors. Headphones are great, okay, but they're a very isolated space. Inside your head is where you're listening to that music. Studio monitors, like you see behind me, the Yamaha HS5s, they are going to give you a spatial clarity that you won't be able to achieve using headphones. Now, this isn't to say you can't mix on headphones or produce on headphones. Go ahead and do that all day. That's what I did for years before I got monitors. But I'm telling you, when you have a room to work in, a room that you can dedicate to your studio, finding the right pair of monitors is gonna take you over to the top. And if you can't mix on monitors, just think about how that's gonna translate in the car or at a club, or any kind of party where they're playing on speakers. It's not going to translate perfectly. It's going to be a better listening experience for people listening in earphones or headphones if that's all you're mixing in. So studio monitors on average, all right, you can get some lower 5-inch, studio monitors for maybe $300 for a pair, but realistically expect to spend $500 to $600 for a nice quality pair of monitors. Now this all depends on the room size, okay? The room that we're working in here is not huge. It's about 15 feet by 8 or 10 feet or so. It's a very small control room in the grand scheme of things. I don't have very large monitors in here. These are both 5-inch monitors, okay? And the 5 inches refers to the diameter of the woofers on here, okay? So these 5-inch monitors don't give out a whole lot of kick, okay? I would suggest something more like KRKs or JBLs, if that's all you're going to get is a monitor. Okay? I have these Yamaha HS5s because I've paired them with the Yamaha HS8S, which is a subwoofer. That subwoofer alone cost me $400 or $500. So that is not a necessary upgrade. I would say get some fuller, fatter speakers. If you're going to go with the Yamahas, go with the HS7s instead of the 5s. They have a lot better kick. Or the HS8s. They have some really nice kick to them. But again, you should consult someone at a guitar center, or go through YouTube videos looking up the best monitors for certain spaces. Figure out your space, get some monitors. It's really going to help you. Again, if you have a dedicated space and you're looking at playing with some extra money, or maybe you don't want to go with the laptop originally, and you just want the best possible value for the longest time that you can acquire, I would say go ahead and invest in a computer, okay? Whereas a laptop we're looking at about $1,000, this right here is a 2016 iMac, ran me $2,000. That's stock. I have upgraded the RAM multiple times, so I put about $200 or $300 of extra care into this computer, just to make it run that much faster. And again, RAM is everything. It's very important to make sure that your RAM capacity is at least 16 gigabytes, at the very, very least 8 gigabytes, but 16, 32, 64, it's magnificent. So if you're looking at a higher end computer, I would also recommend looking at investing in that extra RAM to make sure you have at least 32. It's going to help you out for the next couple years, definitely. So those are the biggest upgrades I would recommend, investing in a better computer or investing in some monitors that's, going to expand your listening experience. If you are going to purchase some studio monitors, the next thing you're going to have to purchase, you see right behind me here, is acoustic foam, okay? And you can find these on Amazon. A lot of different places are going to rip you off. You can find them on like acousticfoam.com and whatever. Just Google acoustic foam. Find the best value for a pack, okay? If you're building an insulation booth like we have over here, you're going to be looking at spending a good $200 to $300 on foam, at least, depending on what the surface area of that room is, and it needs to be completely covered. You're looking at putting a lot of money into foam. But you could spend a good $50 on a nice 24 pack of 1 inch by 1 inch foam blocks like that, and use those to acoustically treat your room. We're not looking for complete sound isolation. We're looking for acoustic treatment to cut down on the excess reverberations from the monitors or subwoofer. It is nice to have that reference, that outside reference, but again, this sound is going to bounce off of the walls around you. So if you're going to invest in monitors, I would invest the extra couple $50 to $100 in the acoustic foam just to treat the space. The space behind the monitors is super crucial to be treated, and the space directly in front of and diagonal from where the tweeters are pointing, that is also crucial. And those right there are pretty much the biggest things that you're going to need. Anything else is very extraneous. You don't need a bunch of fancy equipment to be a mega producer or a super engineer, whatever. You need the knowledge. So learning in depth, in and out of all your equipment, is the super important thing here. And if you have extra money left over and maybe you don't want to get any extra equipment, go ahead and spend that extra money on third-party plugins. Again, learn your DAW thoroughly. It might take you 2 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever your pace is. Learn that DAW, and as soon as you're comfortable with the equipment and the software that you're working with, just look to upgrade. Continue to save your money, be fiscally responsible, and then take those savings and upgrade your passion. If making music is really your dream, then you need to sweat in the daytime to make sure that your nighttime grind is as fun as possible. And that's why I want to share with you guys as much as I possibly can, information-wise, about building a home studio and continuing the journey of learning every day. And how do we bring the best value out of the equipment and the software that we're using. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share the video to any of your social medias. I would truly appreciate it. My next video is going to start a bit of a spin-off series here called the Home Studio Circuit, where I'm going to introduce you guys to a lot of different producers and engineers, music artists who are DIY, doing it themselves completely, built up their own studio, they did things their own way, and I just want to sit down and talk with them and show you guys that this is a path that anyone can take, and if you put your mind to it, you can do whatever you want. You just got to make the right choices and live by them. So thank you guys again for checking out my channel. I'm gonna have some new cool things dropping soon, so please stay tuned. I hope everyone has a good day, and looking forward to maybe making some music with y'all. Peace.